Hello, my dear friends. This is Dimitri with Ukidz LLC, UGears.us, and UKidsToys.com. Today we're going to be doing a Hogwarts Castle from Harry Potter. Another great mechanical model by UGears. This has been out for some time. I want to say maybe 4 or 5 months. Pretty popular, and just wanted to put it together for our Harry Potter fans and just for anyone who acquired that model and wants to build it and has questions on it. So I'll try to build it, talking through it, and help you out, guys. So the first thing, we're gonna do the opening. Once again, newer package, so you got a little sleeve that pre-cut here on this side. Doesn't really always work for me to grab it and pull it all the way through, so I use my little helping tool here. Just kind of undo it, pull the flap open, and get the model out. So we don't need the actual box anymore. I'm gonna put it aside. Actually, no, I want to talk through it a little bit. There's a video as just to show what the model is. It's a medium level, so we'll take a little bit of a time. 340 parts, so I want to say it's probably going to be 2-3 hour video assembly, and this is the way the model looks, and then shows everything that is in the box. Obviously, as always, no glue required for the assembly. As you may see or may not see, piece is little, I mean the board's a little bit warped. It's not a huge problem, I mean, unless they're like completely twisted and crooked, because the parts are smaller. So, and then once you take it out and snap them all together, they will kind of like adjust within itself and straighten out a little bit. Also really depends on the humidity and humidity levels at your home or where you're assembling. So we got an extra, so it looks like it's 7 boards total. Got 6 boards, large boards, and 1 half board. Obviously instructions, nothing else in the actual box, and within a little envelope I got sandpaper as always, and a little piece of wax. So those things will help you put the model together, especially wax is very helpful. I also have my own tools here, a little knife that I occasionally use, especially for the larger pieces and fragile pieces. I do have a little precision file, which I normally used instead of the sandpaper. You can use one or the other. Scissors, I'm probably not going to need for this assembly, just to cut strings and rubber bands if they need to be cut. Find it easier to use scissors rather than a knife. And then little extra wax, just in case if I run out of this one. I have some extra on the side. Also, I normally use a tea light candles, just like this, teacup or tea light. I like the wax here, it's softer, and then when you get it in your hand, it gets like melts up a little bit, so it's easier to apply. But it's just I use it in case if I run out of the regular wax. And pretty much, I mean, these extra tools are not required, it's just my preference to use them. And so you can put it together without use of anything, but as I said, they're helpful just in case. So this is the instructions. Let's start off. First page or second page is always warnings and kind of like gives you an idea. Remove the parts. If you need the part replacement, you can contact them. Make sure all the moving parts are waxed, all the axles and stuff like that. These kind of warnings, symbols that you're gonna see in this manual, icons, wax it, pay attention just to make sure. And then moving components, this is a mechanical connection, so if you see that kind of symbol, you need to check to make sure all the parts are moving and operational. There's also a list of extra parts that are included with the assembly, with the boards, in case if you break them. So those are the parts that you may need. If not, you can always contact us or the manufacturer for the part replacement. Our email address is info@ugears.us, and then manufacturers is customer service at ugearsmodels.com. Customer service at ugearsmodels.com. That's manufacturer's site. You can order right on the site without contacting anyone. Normally takes about 3 to 4 weeks for you to get them. Is they shipped from Ukraine? In our case, if you purchased it within the US in one of the local stores or online on our website at ugears.us, we'll replace it at no charge. If you purchased it from the manufacturer, got it from Europe or whatever, or got it on Amazon, there will be a small fee to ship it over to you just to cover the shipping cost. So send us email if you need replacements. Otherwise, let's continue. There's a helping tool on board number 7. That's the smaller board. And the helping tool is right on the side here. It's marked H. We might as well just pull it out right away. Have it ready on our side. And let's start with the assembly. So, page number 4, a little bit more. That with the helping tool, larger pieces or smaller pieces just shows you how to help you get them out. And step number 1 on page number 4 right here, we need to create these 3 parts. So they are all on board number 1. Usually it's the board on top, and we need first step, we need parts number 1, 2, and 3. First step on the left. So let's look for those parts, 1, 2, and 3. I found the 2 here, little like to the right of the center line, almost at the bottom. There's a spare one just in case if this one breaks. We also need part number 1 and 3. Part number 1 is right here to the left of the center line, a little below the middle. And we got the 2 already, and we need part number 3. Part number 3 would be top right, almost at the top here, to get that part out. So with the little sharp angle towards the right side, the number 2 we insert from the back. Now here you want to insert it as far as it can go, and then if you have a little bit trouble, put a little wax on here and then it'll snap right in. And then also insert the 2 into the hole from part number 1, and you get that little sub-assembly looking like this. Put it aside. That's our A1. Step 1 for A2, we need part number 4, which is a little bit above part number 1 that we just removed. Then we'll need part number 5. Part number 5 would be a little below the middle on the right hand side. And then 2 parts number 2. Number 2, they're to the left of number 1 and number 4. And there's a couple more right above where the part number 4 was. So we need these 2. Then once again, now the sharp point is to the left. We insert the part number 2 from behind. Snap it all the way in. And then this guy, make sure that little notch is to the left, and then the part number 2s go into the corresponding holes that are there. That's our A2. And then A3 on the bottom, step number 1, we need part number 7. That's the large one on the top right. 2 parts number 2s, they're back at the right in the middle. And that whole piece is coming out, so I can take it out. It's not on the way anymore. 1 and 2. Get these out. And then the part number 6. And part number 6 is a little bit below the middle on the right-hand side of the board. Take that out. And once again, part number 7, there is no directionality. We need to make sure that number 2's or the holes are closer where the thinner surface is at, thinner section. And we insert these part number 2 in there, and then we insert those from the back. There's 2 holes of part number 6. All right, and that's our A3. Moving on to the page number 5, we need the long big piece of the board from board number 1. So that's number 8, and then it's all around here. So we get the whole thing out, just carefully Snap everything around, right at the connection points, pull it out, and then we need to take this piece out, turn it around and push it from the back instead of from the front. That way, if you pull any of the fibers, they're gonna pull from the piece that you're removing rather than from the piece that you're working on. I'll put 26 back in place. That one just snapped out for some reason. Put it aside. So we have nice big board number 8. Nothing else needs to be removed. We just took this out. This one's already out. So, and then we insert our 1, 2, 3, A1, A2, and A3. First one, we're gonna do A1. It's gonna go into the hole. There's a larger rectangular hole, and right next to it there's a smaller square hole. So a smaller square hole, and then facing with the pretty the decorations facing towards us, and then we're gonna insert the A2 over it. So there's like a little notch that we need to make sure that A2 is get into it, and then push it down, kind of lock A1 with A2 together. And then the A3 is gonna go on the side. There's 2 holes right here. So this large opening, on the right hand side of that large opening, there's 2 holes. Put A3 in there. Step number 2, we need parts number 9, 10, 9 and 10. Not sure what the owl is for, but pretty cool to have it there. So we need parts number 9 and 10. So 9 and 10, they're going to be on this little board that we just pulled out. 9, I'm going to use the helping tool to get it out. And 10, same thing. Push these out. And then these go into this rectangular hole next to the big opening at the top. So with the 9 upside down kind of T, upside down T, push it into the opening. And you can use the helping tool to help you push it against the surface rather than using your fingers. Hold up, I need to make sure that it's level. Give me a sec. Use the helping tool. There we go. And then 10 right over it. Put it in so it's flush on this side, flush on this side. So we're good to go. And then we need parts number 11 and 12. Checking if we're recording to make sure. 11 and 12 also on board number 1. 11 bottom right, 12 is right at the middle, below the middle, a little bit to the right of the center line. So the 12 with the decoration going towards the right, we're gonna lock it on the outside of A3, so overlap with A3 and lock it into the first hole here. And then 10 or 11 with the windows facing to the left, they're gonna go right behind this sub-assembly A2 that we just did. Just like this. So there's an opening to get in, and that's our A. We're done with page number 5. Moving on to the page number 6, and I'm gonna put A5 to the side. I have some spare parts from Snitch. I'm gonna put them aside because I need to bring it to the office. And let's see, next step is step 1, page 6. We need parts number 13, 2 14s and 1 15. Let's see, the 14s are on the bottom of board number 1, to the right of the center line, and then 13, 14 are on board number 2. So 13 is the top right corner. That's our 13, and 15 is going to be right here right at the center, a little bit to the left. Nice and pretty piece. So with 13 windows facing to the left, 14 is gonna go into these top holes with the so the triangle facing up, right? And then 15 is gonna go right behind, also at the top holes, with the windows facing towards the right hand side, just like this. Snap it together, and then so that's our B1 part. Put it aside. Step number 2 is in the center of the page, board number 6. I'm sorry, page number 6, board number 1 and 2. So we need port number 17 from board number 1. This is right here at the top, and that's square piece with the line in the middle. And then we got parts number 16 and 18 on board number 2. So 16 is going to be, let's see, 18 is right here, right below 15. To the right of the center line, a little bit above the middle. That's our part number 18. That's going to go in the back. And then 16 is in the front. That's the larger piece right here, right in, to the left of the part that we just pulled. And then going down below, it's a larger piece. Nice and pretty with decoration. So that one's going to be up front. We're going to insert it into the hole right here, closer to the towers. And then make sure that your diagonal looks towards the back and left of the assembly, just like this. And then from the back we add part number 18 with the pretty surface towards the back, with the windows towards the back. There's a hole right in the middle there. Snap it like this, so it's hanging a little bit of part number 16. And then step number 3, we need parts number 19 and 20, also on board number 2. 19 is on the right hand side, a little bit above the middle, and it's going to be going to the left. And then 20 gonna go on the right, it's right below it, below the middle. So 20, so part number 18 on the back, 20 is gonna go with the tab facing you, with the top hole also snapping into the part number 17, just like this. And you might want to push it a little bit on the bottom here to put it nice and straight, just like this. And also part number 19 is gonna go from the other side. Same thing, push it all the way in, and the tab has to face towards you, towards the part number 16. That's our B2. Let's put it aside. Moving on to the page number 7, step number 1 in the top left corner. We need to make B3. That's board number 2. And these 3 parts, 21, 22, and 23. So 23 is the right hand side, right below the opening here, part number 13. 22 is right below, 60 is below, and 22 is right below it. And then 21 would be top left corner. Push it out. So then let's see, 23, that's the 2 window piece with the windows facing towards inside. They're gonna slide right into the corner here to the right hand side of 21 with the tabs down. And then 22, same thing with the tab down on the left hand side of this, making that little L shape, U shape. That's our B3. So put it aside. Now we need our big board A. Gonna turn it around so with that opening on the left hand side with the sub-assembly. And then B1, that's the one with the triangular roof. It's gonna go into the openings over this little A1 openings here. So facing towards the inside. And then into the holes, corresponding holes of the board A. Just like this. B2 is gonna go over this opening, I'll call it a swimming pool, I guess. And then it has to get into these notches of A2 and A3. So with these little notches on the smaller part, I think it was 16 if I remember correctly. So let's see, gonna connect it like this, and then snap the front board into the corresponding holes on the board A, just like that. And then the step number 3, we need also to kind of finish it up a little bit. Board 24 and 25, they're both pieces are on the top left of the board, so this bigger one is 24, and then 25 is that little tower. And then 24 is gonna go first, and the, let's see, upside down, no, all right, no, so it's gonna partially cover this side. We're gonna squeeze it over these little 2 tabs. Let's see, just like this, to make sure that the tabs are sticking out. And then 25 is gonna go right over it, obviously with the decorations facing outward. It's gonna go over these 2 little tabs, just like this. All right, and then step number 3, we're gonna put B3, little courtyard right here over this little decorative piece, tennis court, soccer field, whatever it is, partial swimming pool, right up front. So that's page number 7. Moving on to the page number 8. Now we need to step 4, put number 27, 3 of them, and 26. They're all coming back on board number 1. And parts number 27 will be on this little piece that we took out from that large board 8. Let's see, so 3 27s, 1, 2, and 3. And then part number 26 is right above it on the same piece. That can go in the garbage, and then that's gonna go into the let's see, so the tab to the left and away from you, and 27 is gonna go onto 1, 2, 3, the first 3 tabs. The one that's facing you, one to the right and one to the left. And then they're gonna go in the top most hole. That is, if you have it upside down, make sure you turn it the other way. So 1, 2, and then 3. And then this gonna go into this little opening in the triangle. Hold it from the back to make sure not to damage it, and you have nice little pretty side here. And then we need that step 4. Step 5, we need part number 28, also on board number 1, a little above the middle on the right hand side. And on board number 28, it's gonna go onto these little tabs, and we need to insert it into these 2 holes first, and then snap it onto the tabs. So we're inserting first, and then we snap in over towards the building. So that's our B. and we just turn it around 180 degrees. Moving on to the page number 9. Let's see. Step number 1 on page number 9. We need parts number 29 and 30. They are on board number 1. 2 29s right here, bottom right. 1 and 2. And then number 30 is going to be all the way at the top here, top right of board number 1. So this is going to go, the 29 is going to go into these 2 holes right here on the tower. Make sure your, tile, roof tile, facing down, the decoration on both ends, and they're gonna go in diagonally a little bit, and then same thing on the other one, facing down, the round off pieces, shingles, here we go, remember the word. And then number 30, we're gonna snap into these 2 little holes right here, right next to the door. We're gonna do those first into the A, and then we're gonna push it against the part number 29 to get the 29 slide into the openings at the top there. That's our B. Oh, that's B is right here. So you got a nice little roof here, and then we're gonna go into step number 2, parts number 31, 32, 2 of each. 32 are on the bottom. It's a little bit to the right here. There's the long, thin pieces. And then 31 are top right. There's some spares, and there's 2 parts at the top, a little bit above the middle on the right hand side. I got some extra pieces in there. All right, move the board away. And then so 32s, there's little tabs on here. They're gonna go towards the inside, and into these 2 holes, so towards the inside, towards the doors on the right and left hand side, right here and here. So facing with this little tab towards the inside, so one side, and a shorter piece going in, just like this. Hold on, it needs to go in the back. There is a tab, an opening in the back piece. Mine is not all the way in, that's why I couldn't put it in. So there is a little opening in the back piece. You need to make sure that it goes in there. Once again, tab towards the inside, same thing on the other side. And let's see, they need to be flush. I'm gonna put a little pressure on the back to make sure I get them in all the way in. So I got those little tabs are hiding inside the hole. They're actually flush with the hole. And then part number 31, there's 2 tabs, and the sharp pieces towards the top. They're gonna go on the right and left hand side of this panel. So they're 1 and 2, and these 2 tabs here. That's our step number 2. Step number 3 on the bottom there. We need part number 34, 33, 36, and 35. Probably on board number 1, and that's gonna finish our board number 1. So 33 right here. And that's, let's see, where's it gonna go? The 33 is gonna go onto this diagonal here, top right, if you're looking at these 2 triangles. So we're gonna do the 33 here. Oh, I did it upside down. Once again, with the shingles facing down to make it nice and pretty and consistent all around. Shingles facing down. Next one is 34 piece right next to it on board number 1. 34 with a little sharp piece towards the back, your back, away from you. Also shingles facing down like this. 35 is on the right hand side. It's on the bottom of board number 1. The same thing with the shingles facing down, with the round pieces facing down. We're gonna go on the other end. And then 36 is the last piece on board number 1. There's a couple spares, so keep it aside until you're done with the assembly. And then with the triangle piece towards the roof, shingles facing down, it's gonna go on the other side. Just like this. And we got nice little roof here. That's our step number 3. Moving on to the step number 4. We need parts number 37, 38, and 39. So those going to be already on board number 2. 37, 38, top right corner. 37, 38. And then part number 39 is a little bit above the middle on the left hand side of the center line. All right, so that's 37, 39 is going to go into these two little diagonally or rotated holes. So 37 was the first one that we pulled, and with the part where the tab is in the middle, not at the top, that's going to go on the left hand side as you're looking at it. And then 38, shingles facing down on the right hand side. And then the next step is part number 39, and we need to go, so these tabs at the roof, and the tabs, all of these matching the holes. Kind of maybe use a helping tool, just kind of get it into place to line up and make sure everything is squeezed together. All done. Let me double check something really quick if I put it in correctly. And I did. Just want to make sure. Because the roof looks a little slanted. Well, maybe it is by the design. So let's see. Part number 39. On a picture, they don't look slanted. And I have everything is sitting flush. Okay. Well, continue. That's our C1. Moving on to the page number 10. And here we got step number 1. We need parts number 40, 41, 42, and 43. Looks like on board number 3. So let's see. 40, I see 41 top, all of them are top left corner. 41, 42, it's gonna be on the left hand side. 43 is on the right hand side, and then 40 is on board number 2, top left, to the left of the center line, almost at the top. All right, so 40 is gonna go, there's a little piece 42, once again shingles facing down, opening is at the top, a little notch here, a step, it's it's going to be closer to you, and then the 40 with the notch facing up is going to go into this hole here. Then we're going to do the 41 with the decorations facing towards the part number 42. We're going to insert it. Let's see how far you're going to go. As far as it can go. Almost flush, a little bit of a space left, but push it as far as it can go. There's like a little holder there that's going to hold it. And then 43 is going to go on the other side with the notch, also the shingles facing down, and notch on the same, towards the front on the same side as the 42 notch. Just like this, and that's our C2. Put it aside. Or actually, don't have to. Step number 1 on the right-hand side at the top is we're putting C2 over this opening here. So we're just gonna go with these 2 notches, gonna go into the diagonal notches right here on the side. All the way in, just like that. Now that's done with the step number 1. Step number 2 on the bottom. We need 2 ports number 44 and 45. So there looks like on board number 2, 45 is the top right corner, and then 2 44s the right at the center almost, and the middle here a little below the middle. Still recording, which is good. So 44 is going to go into these 2 holes, 4 holes in the line. 44, then the second 44, the little bit almost in the line, and then 45 is going to go right. So there's 3 sets of 3 holes, and it's going to go into the second set from the edge. The other ones are going to stay open with the doors facing outward, just like this. That's our C. Moving on to page number 11, and step number 1, we need parts number 46, 47, and 48. Let's see, they're gonna be on board number 3 probably. Top right, 46. There are 2 of them, so just need 1 right now. Then 47, right below if you go on down the line. And then 48 is right below the second 47, down the same line. All right, so we got these 3. So 1 hole, 2 holes away from you, 1 hole with the line is parallel. 47, that's the first part that we pulled. It's gonna go into the whole top left hole here with a little tab, forks facing up. And then 48 is going to go with a tab into the second hole at the top right, turn it around, and over the part number 47, just like this. So this hole is still facing you. And then step number 2, we need part number 49 and 50. They're both on the board number 3. So 49 is to the left of the center line. That's going to be first one. And then 50 going to be bottom left. So 50 is going to go into the 49. And then you want to, until you hear a click, so they're going to be level right here, right before the cross. And then that's going to go into the 49 is going to go into that hole, the one that we just left. just like this. And then step number 3, we need 4 parts number 51, and those guys are on top left of board number 3. 1, 2, 3, come on, and 4. Clean it up so they look nice and pretty. And then these guys get inserted into these tabs all around with arrows or windows pointing up. One, 2, 3, and 4. All right, and we need to make another D2, same scenario. 46 top right, we're starting from number 1 again. 47 is right below it. 48 is going to be, second one is in the center, closer to the bottom here. And then 49 at the center top, 50 bottom left, and then parts 51, 4 of those in the same location as the other 51s. All right, same scenario, hole facing you, 1 hole, 2 holes on the top. 47 is the first one's gonna go top left. 48 is gonna go top right. 50 is gonna go into 49 till it clicks. All right, not that easy, so I'm gonna put a little bit of over wax, can get it clicking in. There you go, all the way. Then this is with the tab, it's gonna go into the hole that is left, and then 51 is gonna go on these tabs all around. 1. Make sure the windows are facing out, or arrows. All right, and that's our D1 number 2. All right, and then let's see. We need to make D2. Step number 1 on the right hand side of page number 11. We need parts number 53. Board number 3 top right. And then on board number 2, we need parts number 52. Bottom, a little bit to the left of the center line. That's with one with a bunch of windows. $52 is going to be in the back. 53 on the bottom. 54 is going to be front. That's 54's top left. 55 on the left. They're on the bottom right here of the board. And 56, let's see, top left of the board. That's going to be on the right. All right, now let's figure it out. 53 doesn't matter, so we're going to do 55, 52 first. Bottom hole, just like this. We're going to take our D1 and then D1 with the line. Let's see, with the line, you can see the line still. So the line will go diagonal towards the left. So this tab's gonna go in the top of 52. And then 56 gonna go on the right hand side. I'm gonna do the bottom first and then the top. 50, I'll do 55 on the left hand side. Third. And then lock it up with 54, bottom first, and then the top. All the way in, and that's our D2. Moving on to the page number 12. And we need part number 57 on a board number 3, right at the top, a little bit to the left of the center line. Oop, 67 door, we're gonna leave it. All right, 57, turn it upside down and into the front of that part number 54. On the left hand side, there's top, like somewhere in the middle. We're gonna go with it to put that part number 57 in there. And that's our D3, put it aside. And then step number 1 on page 12 to the right, it's gonna be another subassembly, D4, also 53, top right of board number 3. And then coming back into the board number 2, we have 58, bottom left, gonna go on the back, 55, bottom right, gonna go on the right side, and another 55, bottom right on the left, right and left, left and right, and then 59 is gonna go up front. We have a couple extra pieces on here. That's going to be 60 and 61. 60 is at the top right corner of the same board. And 61 is going to be on the left-hand side, top left. Alrighty. Okay, so 53, 58 is going to go in the back, bottom. We're gonna take the little sub-assembly D1, yeah, and that's gonna go with the line is now gonna go diagonal towards the away right rather than left. Let's see, I'm gonna turn it around. All right, 55 on the right. 55 on the left. 59 up front. 60 with the shingles facing down. It's going to go into that diagonal hole right here. Just like this. And then 61 is going to go into the top two holes. The bottom one is busy, so occupied. So these top two all the way in, just like this. And that's our D4. Moving on to the page number 13. Get back our assembly. So D3, that's the first one. It's gonna go over this door here. Two holes right here. So we're gonna use the top one first, the top one. All right. This is gonna go by the doors. I'm gonna click in there. And then the roof is gonna go into the diagonal holes. Snapping it in. Just like this. All right, and then the D4 is gonna go on the other side with a little step towards the right. It's gonna go into these two holes here and then snapping this into here. So kind of diagonal. Snapping it all together. And that's our D completed. On page number 13. Moving on to the page number 14. And I'll take a quick break. Okay, page number 14, step number 1. We have part number 62. We're all working on board number 3. So we're done with 2. There's a couple spare parts. Keep it on the side until the end. Theoretically, you should not need it since you haven't broken any parts yet, but just in case. All right, so 62 is going to be a little bit above the middle on the left-hand side. And then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 64 parts. They're right here, top right. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, I accidentally pulled 74. Okay. Oh, that was 63. 163 we need, yeah. So 163 and 3 64s. All right, put it back in. All right, so with 62, the hole should be away from you, and these kind of to the left, these 4 holes. So 63 is going to be the, let's see, the one that is horizontal with a little tab towards the top. So like this little decoration, the windows type of thing, the rounded arch portion is towards the top. So that one's going to go right here. And then same thing with all the 64s. It's going to go into the other 3 holes with those arches towards the top. Arch. And then arch towards the top. Step number 2, we need part number 65. That's on the left-hand side, right in the middle here. 67, 2 of them. One is right below 65. There's a few of them here. One is right at the top in the center. And then we need 66. 66, it's going to be to the right, a little bit to the right of the center line, a little bit below the middle. That's 74 is falling out. All right, so the tab is going to go to the right and towards you. 67, let's see, it's gonna go onto 66 on one side, and then the other 67 on the other side of the tabs. 65 is gonna go, let's see, with the, I'm not sure how to, tab to the right, facing towards you. So there's two vertical holes, and then these kind of like diagonal. So the first one on the bottom of the vertical hole is gonna go into the 64 and 64 on the top. And then the other ones should snap right into the places for the other ones. Kind of align them a little bit. Towards the holes and snap it in all around. And then your 66 is gonna go right into the middle hole with the windows obviously facing into that vertical direction. Just like this. Now we need part number, for step number 3, we need part number 68, which is to the right of 66, to the right of the center line or a little bit below the middle. 2 more 67s. One is at top right. And 167 is right at the center line here, a little bit below, like halfway between the middle and the bottom. So they go on both ends. And that one's gonna go with the tab towards the right. It's gonna go in the bottom right. So hole of part number 65, just like this. And then step number 4, we need part number 69, which is right at the center here, below in the middle. That's with the one with the cross. And then we need part number 70, which is a little bit above the middle on the right here. And then 67 bottom to the right of the center line. Got it. Pulling other parts outside. So 70 is gonna go on the side of 69 where there is no bottom tab, into the bottom hole. And then 67 is gonna go on the right hand side. And that's gonna go over and the tab into the hole. Just like this. And then step number 5, part number 71, to the right of the center line on the right hand side. And then it's gonna go with the arch towards the inside, the sharp piece towards the top. It's gonna go into that hole on the bottom piece of 62. All the way in. Step number 6 is gonna be part number 73 and 72. So 72, both of those are on board number 3. Let's see, 72. 73, I see, where's the 73? 73 is to the right a little bit below the middle here with the stairs. 72. That's bottom right almost. And a little wings, not sure what it is. Stairs. All right, so 72 is gonna go on the bottom. Let's see. With the design facing towards the left, these little lines. Just like this. And then the part number 73 gonna go onto these 2 tabs. just like this. Ready, and that's our E1. Put it aside. Moving on to page number 15, we need part number 74. That's the one that I pulled out earlier with the design facing outward. You need part number 75 right at the center here. You need part 76 to the left of the 75, and part number 77 and 78. They're on the bottom here, so 78 is going to be the furthest away from you. 77 is going to be the closest to you. We take 75, hole is away on the right hand side. 77 is going to go with the design outwards, with the tab facing down into that center hole. It's going to go into the second tab. And then 78, also design outward, tab downward into the further third tab from the left. And then 76, it's gonna go into this hole with the design facing you, with the stairs facing you, just like this. And then 74, design outward to the right, with this tab going into the hole on the bottom here, just like this. Now we need E1, the one that we just assembled. And then that one's got these two tabs. No, not these. This tab here is gonna go into the top hole, and then the bottom tab here, this one, gonna go in the hole here, just like this. And then the bottom, just kind of swing it around. Where's it behind? Looks like these two behind. Behind this little part. Just like this. Let's see. Step number 3. Part number 80, 79, and 81. Let's start with 80. 80 is going to be to the left of the center line. And that one's going to go with the design outward. From when we look at this from the back, it's going to go into the hole right here and on the top into the part number 70. Number 80, 81, that was 80. 81 is gonna go onto these two tabs on the back. We're designed to outward, away from you, towards the assembly, like this. And then 79, bottom right, with that little step facing towards you, it's gonna go onto this tabs 1, 2, 3 on the bottom. Alrighty. That's part number 79, and that's our sub-assembly here. Moving on to the page number 16. Step number 4, need part number 82, bottom right. Also, let's see, that's gonna go, if you face in this way, We turn it around, so 82 is gonna go right here, and then we have 1, 2, 3. Kind of line it up. And then make sure you hold the parts from the back, so when you're applying the pressure, you're not gonna break this large part. Then 83, that's bottom right again, and then 84 is right next to it. So 83 with this little columns going towards bottom, going over this tab. As far as it can go. And then 84, slanted design towards the right hand side. It's gonna go on the tab diagonal here. Holding it from the back with the finger, pushing it on. That's our E2. And then step number 1, we bring our assembly back. E2, we turn it around, and it's gonna go over this courtyard here. Need to play around a little bit to make sure that all the tabs are matching, and then you can squeeze it in to insert it flat. Make sure it's flush with the bottom, just like this. Alrighty, let's see, next step, that's our E. Next step is page 17, step number 1. At the top here, so we're gonna do part number 85. That's the one that we pulled out earlier. Part number, let's see, 85, 86, 87. They're gonna be on board number 4, looks like it. 86, 87, where they at? They're a little bit above the middle to the right and left, to the right, to the left of the center line, a little bit above the middle. So 87, gonna go on the right hand side, 86 on the left. So make sure the shingles facing down again around part. So that's 86, and then 87 on the other side. Now we have 88 and 89, and those parts are back on board number 3. 88 is gonna be on the left. They're on the bottom here. 88 on the left and 89 on the right. With the windows facing outward, they're going into these 2 holes. Same thing on the other side. And then 90 and 91 also on board number 3. 90 on the left. And 91 is on the right. Let's see, with the flat portion towards the top, they're gonna go into these diagonal here. So kind of slanted triangles towards the back. Probably should have put those on first before putting the 88 and 89. Let's see, correct. Just like this. Now parts number 93, 94. They're bottom right of the board number 3. 93 is on the left. 94 is on the right. Board number 3 is done. Let's see, so, and then 92 is on the bottom. 92 is on board number 4. And that one's going to be on the top left, a little bit above the middle. So they go from the back into these slots here. And then 92, 94 is on the top, and it's the triangle, that slanted piece is facing the corner, facing left away from you. That's going to go in the bottom. Then 93 is going to go to the left, same way, facing the same way. And then 92 is going to go below that, same slant. Careful, that's pretty fragile pieces. Make sure it's all the way in, and that's our F1. And then step number 1 on the bottom, need part number 95. We're on board number 4 now. 95 is going to be bottom right, facing upside down. 95, then we have 98 two pieces. They're at the center here, closer to the bottom. That was easy. And then 96 and 97. 96 top right. And 97 is going to be top right, top left of the center line. All right, so we take 95 with the design facing towards you. I'm going to put 96 on the right hand side here. That's going to go into this hole right here with a slot. Like this. That's step 1. Step 2 is going to be this guy, and we're going to go with this hole into here. And then 98 is going to go into these 2 holes. So this 96 kind of goes into that little slot here to hold it, just like this. So this is inner of that, I guess, building. And the next step, number 2, on page 17 on the bottom here, are parts number 99, 100, and 101. So 99 is the top right corner here. 101 is going to be right at the center here, closer to the bottom. That's 101. And 100 is going to be on the top left corner. Alrighty, so 100 is going to go first, kind of similar, is the 99 is going to go first, similar as we did the other one. So going to go that little top hole with the tab, with that slanted roof towards the left. Then 101 is going to go into the first hole here. And then the other 3 holes gonna go with these little tabs here on part number 100. Just need to make sure that you line up the holes and squeeze it in. Make sure you don't break the part, holding it from the back to prevent from snapping it. Alrighty, and that's our F2. So nice little design, put it aside. Moving on to the page number 18. Okay, we're on page number 18. So we take our subassembly E and we put our F1 holes right here. Let's see, we need to figure it out. There's a set of 3 and 3. So we're gonna do into the furthest ones away from you. So that's where the front goes, and then the rest will fall into the place. Just like this. And then the subassembly F2, let's see which way. The dome is further away, so kind of match the holes, and the same thing on both sides, fit it in. So we have the church here, and then step number 3, part number 102 on board number 4, top left. Careful with this one, pulling it out. So that's where you might want to use the little knife, and that's gonna go right into these 2 holes right next to the building. That one's a little hard to push in, so I'm gonna use the helping tool, push it in closer to the tabs, snap it into the holes. And then step number 4, we need 3 parts 103, also on board number 4. They're bottom a little bit left to the center line. So 1, 2, 3, and those gonna go into the holes, 3 holes right next to the part 102 that we just inserted. So 1, let's see, 2 and 3. Should have done the second hole first. That's not too bad. And 3. Just like that. And then now moving on to the page number 19. I'll put it aside, to the side, part number 104 and 105. They're on the left hand side here, closer to the edge, a little bit above the middle. So 104 is going to go, first we're going to put 105 into 104 as far as it can go until it snaps up to the cross. And then that's going to go into this little hole here, just like this. Next step number 5 is parts number 106 and 107. So 106 is first. That's right in the middle on the right hand side of the center line here. And then 107 is the top, a little bit to the right of the center line. Fragile piece, so carefully snap the connection points and push it through to get it out. That's our part 132. I'm going to put it aside for now. So 106 is first. That's going to go into the holes closer to the sub-assembly that we just did right here. I'll put a little bit of a wax on tabs just to make sure that I can insert it easier with the design outwards. Here we go. And then the 107 is right outside of it. Very detailed. Step number 7, we need parts number 108, and we need 5 of them. They're on the bottom here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And all these with the sharp pointing away from the center towards the outside. We're gonna go into these 2 holes, the closest right at the center, closest to the center. The 1, 2. Other side, once again, the sharp pointing away from the center. 2, 3. And the tab, kind of like that little spike going towards the center. 4, and then 5, right in the middle hole here. Same thing. With the spike towards the center and then the sharp point away. And that's completes page number 19. Moving on to the page number 20, step number 8. We have parts number 109. We need 4 of them. Bottom, there's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4 for now. Part number 110, top right corner here, and 111 right below it. All right, let's see how we're gonna put that one in. So 109 gonna go into 110. 110 with the shingles facing downwards, and then the 1 tab's gonna go down, the 2 tabs. So this one's closer. The little pointer is gonna be away. So we're gonna go through the tabs into part number 110, just like this. And that's gonna go into these holes, 2 outside holes right here. So the roof is slanted downwards towards the courtyard. And then 111, similar scenario. So the shingles facing downwards, the round part. And that's gonna go on the outside here, facing towards the inside. Just like this. And then step number 9, we need 2 more parts 109 there on the bottom here, and 1 more 110. Same scenario. Slanted downwards towards the courtyard. Just like this. And we have a nice little courtyard here. And that completes F. Page number 21. We're gonna put it aside. Step number 1. We need part number 112, 113, 112 to the left here. $113 is going to be on the bottom here, the little tab. 114 to the right, a little below the center line, a little below the middle, to the right of the center line. 115 should be right around the same. 114, 114, two of those, 115, two of the 115s. They are at, I see this pair, right here, the bottom right, two. So let's see, 114 and 115 through it, the vertical. Same thing on the bottom. And then that's gonna go into 113 with the tab. We're gonna wax it. That's gonna face away from you. And then, let's see. And then, so it's kind of facing to the right a little bit. The way and to the right. And then we need to wax that little top tab. That's our G1. And then G2 will be parts number 116. They're also here. To the left of the center line. Uh, 116. Then let's see, 113 on the bottom. There's a spare one, top left right here. 118. Top right, and 117 on the bottom. They to the left of 118, but it's going to go on the bottom, and then two 115s. All right, so this one we're going to do the little tab facing to the left, away from you. Little wax on it. $117 is the larger piece. 115 through it and into the 116. Once again, careful not to break these, guys. And then same thing with 118, 115 through it, towards the top, the flat portion at the top, similar to this. So it should be flat on the top. All right, and that's our G2. And we need to wax the top portion. All right, moving on to page number 22. Let's see, step number 1 at the top. We're gonna have part number 119, bottom a little bit to the left of the center line. And then we need 121, 120, 120. 120, 120 are to the right. We just need 2 of them. And then 121 to the left of the center line, a little below the middle. And then as with the doors on the bottom here, the tab on the top, we're gonna go from the front. We put the 121 at the topmost hole. Just like this, and then 120s below. The second 2. That's gonna be our G3. And then step number 1 on the bottom there, we need 122 piece. This is to the left, a little bit below the middle. We need 3 120. So the first 120 is to the left of 121 that we just pulled out. Can break that piece out. And then the other 2s are a little below the middle on the right hand side. And facing the opposite direction, the tabs, all 1, 3, 120 is going to go into these holes from top to bottom. Alrighty, and now take our sub-assembly. And let's see, G4 is going to go into this hole right here. Just like this. 123, bottom left of the board. Number 4. Gonna go into the back, kind of like perpendicular to the G4, and if you look, there's a hole. We put it right next to it. And then we put the G1, that's the first one, through this hole right here. Put a little bit of a wax in this little tab. Oh, I guess we need to put this part all the way in to the go back a little bit. I just took it off so it's away. And I need to push it all the way in. All right, that's not gonna, so I'm not, so if it's facing towards the back, the stairs will go and it's not gonna go all the way in. Take it the other way, I guess. Up, all the way into the tab. And then it needs to go, so it needs to stick out a little bit. Then we insert it through here and then lock it up with 124. 124 is on the bottom here. Gonna rotate it a little bit and lock it on the bottom all the way in. Alrighty, and then turn to page number 23. We need a G3, and then G3, this hole is gonna go into the top of these stairs or whatever it is, facing towards the inside, and that's gonna be kind of on the inside. into the hole of this part. Alrighty. And then we insert G2 on the other end. Same thing, I think. Need to make sure that the hole is correct. So that's my mistake that I made. I need to turn it around. It needs to face away to the left, but then this whole rectangular hole needs to be the long side is this way, right? So to insert it all the way in, and then this is gonna go into the other hole on the other side, behind the little tabs, just like this. Lock it up with 124 on the bottom. Like that. Stairs. And then we put up step number 5, we put number 125 on top right corner here. With this hole, that's where the stairs go, and then the rest should snap into places. These innermost connections, tabs. Let's see. And the back plate. Lighting it up a little bit is a tough task, but we're gonna get through it just like this. And now on G, when we rotate these, they should go inside and outside. Open and close. Now let me see, this one's falling out a little bit, so I need to push it up. Make sure it's back inside the hole. And it sits all the way in. There we go. In, out, in, out. Rotates fine. This one's also. Alright, so everything is moving. Make sure everything is sitting correctly and everything is snapped in. And that's completes our page 23, subassembly G. Moving on to the next page. Put it on the side. Alright, here we need parts number 126. That's going to be metal here to the right. Parts 127, 128, and 129. They're all behind it. 127 to the left, 128 to the right, and then 129 in the middle. And they go 127 on the left-hand side of 126. 128 on the middle, and then the design is towards you, towards the inside of that part 126. And then 129, 130 and 131 right in the middle. That's step number 2. And those are right at the center here, but a little bit below the middle, 130 and 131. So 130 is gonna go first in the furthest away. Aye, that's a little sharp. So I'm gonna use the helping tool to snap it in. And then 131 is right in front of it in the other hole. All the way in. All right, and that's H1. And then step number 1 to the right of 24, we need part 132. That's the large one that fell out from my board in the beginning. Then 133 is a little below the middle on the right hand side here. And then H1 is gonna go into the bottom holes here. Snap in like this so you can see it from the front. And then 133 is going to go at the top holes, the 2 tabs. And then we're going to have step number 2, parts 134 on the left hand side. That's board number 5 now. And let's see, 134 is right at the center here. That's going to go on the left. Bottommost hole and the topmost hole. Then 135 is a little to the right of it. That one's gonna go same thing, bottommost and the topmost. And then 136, let's see, that's on the board number 4, bottom here. That one's gonna go into this hole on the right with the back facing towards you, just like this. That's our H2. Move it to the right, we're back, it's page number 25. We're back at the large sub-assembly. Turn it around with the courtyard facing towards you. Let's see, fix it up here a little bit. So now we're looking at this guy. We need parts number 137 and 138 on board number 5. Let's see, so board number 4 we're done, couple spare parts, so keep them. Let's see, we need 137, 138. So they're on the bottom right here. 137 is the first one, 138 is the second. 137 is gonna go into this hole right here, outermost hole on the bottom first, and then 138 is gonna go into the hole right next to it, kind of diagonal a little bit, like this. Then we're gonna snap it into the place just to hold it together with the tabs sticking out. So we got the first one's fine, the second one, here we go, just like this. Then we're gonna go, next 2 holes gonna be 139 and 140. They're at the top here, 2 of them, 2 of each. And we're gonna do the first 2. So 139 is first. That's the hole here. And then 140 next, into the next hole. And also over these little tabs until the tabs are sticking out. That was step number 2 of 2. Moving on to the page number 26. Again, 139, 140. They're right here. 139, 140. Then they're gonna go into the next holes. 139, 140, and then 141, bottom right. And the same thing, we're gonna snap it over the tabs at the top and make sure they stick out like this, and then the third one here. All right, and then step number 4, part number 142, 143, 142, top right corner here, and then 143 is the bottom left. So first step, we hold 142. Let's see, with the one that's slanted, it's gonna go into the hole right here on 143 from the back, and then that is gonna go with the other tab, is gonna go in between right here, kind of giving it a little bit of a from the back. Hard to get there. Let's see, into this hole right here from the back. Line it up, hold it, and then push it from the back. It's gonna be slanted roof right here, and that little peak sticking out. The other one's on the side here. That's step number 4, and then step number 5, the sub-assembly that we just did. That's gonna go facing towards the back, towards me. Gonna go into the outmost holes here. Just like this, facing outward, just like that. All right, moving on to the page number 27, and that's we have this whole sub-assembly facing you. We need to put parts number 144 into these holes all around. Right, so 144, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 holes. So 144, they're on the bottom, top right here. Bottom left, all 5 pieces. All right, checking, making sure we're still recording. Good. Now with the tabs, the straight pieces towards the main sub-assembly. The tab's gonna go in and then into the slots that are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All 5 slots. So push it in first, and then line it up with a slot and kind of put it into the slot. And then the next step, 6, we need to put 145, 146, 145, 146. Okay, so interchanging from outside 145s, 146, 145. They all on board number 5, 145, 6, 4, 5, 6, 5. So the 45's got a lot of windows on it. 146 got only 2 openings for the tabs. Let's take all of these out. First, just like this. So 145's on the outside, and we're gonna start at the bottom. So it's gonna go, the bottom tab is gonna go into the hole here. All right, they're not gonna go on these tabs, they're gonna go on this tab of 144, and then at the top, just like this, and 146, same thing. Top, 145 again. Top, 146. And then 145 again. So we have nice little cone here. Just like that. All right, and then the next step, number 7, is that 147, 148, 149, 148, 149, 148, 150. So these gonna go into these steps all around. So let's get them in the same. 163 fell out, so just FYI, put it on the side. 147, bottom left right here, a little bit to the left of 150. I guess spare part of 26. I don't know if I need it again, but all right. That's 147. 140. I'm going from the left to the right. 148 is next one. Then 149, bottom right. Then 148 again, bottom left. Bottom right on 149. 148 bottom left. And then the last piece is 150. That's at the center here, a little bit to the left. Other 163 fell out. Okay. All right, that's gonna go here. So this is in the sequence that it's gonna need to go right around here. I'm gonna start with 148 on the left, just like pull them off. Let's see, need to line it up. And lock it in. So right here, these two tabs, and then we go on with the other ones. Same scenario. Make sure when you apply pressure, you don't hold it from the back to make sure that we don't snap it. And that's why I put it in a sequence, so I don't have to think which one is which. Push it all around. And that's our H. This subassembly is complete. Moving on to the page number 28. And step number 1, we need to make part I8. 151, 152, and 153. So 151 is the top right corner, 153 top left corner, and 152 is going to be to the left here, a little bit below the middle. So 152 is going to go through the back on the right hand side of 151 with the arch facing towards you, just like this. And then 153 with the step towards the 152 piece, it's going to go on the top, just like that. So with the tab sticking out, the one in the center, and the other one is flush. Then we turn it around and we're gonna put it, let's see, facing away towards the back of the board into the kind of folded the 153 piece. I'm gonna put it into the two holes right here with the design facing you in my case, or you can turn it around and face it the other direction, just like that. And then 154 is gonna go on top here into this. 154 is top left corner, right below 153 piece. And that's tab right here and tab right here. So I want to say enter it into here first, slant it downwards with the shingles facing down. So I go into the left here, and then I would go snap it into port number 152. Just like this. And that would be it on page 28. And page 29, we need a large. I'm gonna turn it around here. 155, that's on board number 6. Let's see, and that's the large piece right here. So it's kind of like on the left hand side, but there's center pieces, ladders, that kind of stuff. So make sure when you pull it out, starting with UGears here at the top, not to break everything. Careful breaking the all the connection points all around first. Going all around. It's a long piece, pretty much the length of the full board. That center piece can come out. Put it on the side. Careful snapping everything all around. Work it in and out. There you go. And then there's 159 piece. We can take this out from the center. And let's see, 204 here. And I think we're good. So this opening is on the right, this tall part of the tower on the left, and then all of that is there's a bunch of tabs. It's gonna go a little bit, so you need to tilt it a little bit. So the tabs here is kind of like a bottom piece that it's gonna sit on. So we're gonna start on the left hand side with UGears on the left. And then pressure against the board, not the parts that you've built. Slowly. Go all the tabs that are sticking out. Make sure it's flush, and all of it is in there, so it should be flush, completely flush, and we're done with eyes. So it's going to be a little bit tilted, slanted away from you right now because this part is bigger. Make sure the ladder works, the stairs. And moving on to the page number 30. Page number 30, we need parts. We're going to turn it around, and we need parts number 156, 157, and 158. So 156 there on board number 5. Come back to board number 5. Make sure I'm still recording. I'm good. So 155, 156. Let's see. right at the center here, to the left of the center, 156. Then 157 is that big tall piece right here, right at the center at the bottom. 158 is the top left, it's upside down piece. Alrighty. So let's see, 156 gonna go on first with the opening to the right, and that's gonna go on to these two tabs, right? In the bottom tab here. Oh, yeah. So there's like a puzzle piece. It's gonna slide into this little opening. Then 157 is the next one, and that's gonna go into the same tab. There's a bottom hole, and then there's a tab on the sub-assembly that we did right here at the top. Two pieces, and this one, little adjustment. So this one's supposed to be sticking out, this one's flush, and this one's flush. And then 158 is gonna go right onto that one that's sticking out right here. There's a little opening bottom left. Double tower like this. All right, completes page number 30. Moving on to the page number 31. To return its whole sub-assembly sideways, and we put parts number 159. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's step number 1 on page number 31. 6, 159. All of those are, looks like, on board number 6. Yeah, we pulled them out a little bit before, so there's total of 6 right now that we need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's see, they're gonna go into, kind of hard to show. So you need to match the holes right here. 2 openings, 2 holes right here, 2 holes at the top. So there's total 6. And with the tabs, that's going to be the one tab at the top that's going to go in, and then this tab that is slanted going to go outward. So I'm going to do 1. You should be able to see right now how I did it. 2, 3, and 4. And then 2 holes on the outside here. 1 actually closer to the back, the center I want to say, and 1 at the top here. All right, and then step number 2, we need 2 more, 3 more, 4 more 159s. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 2 more here. And then on board number 5 on the bottom here, 3, 4, and 1 at the top, right? 159. So let's see, 159 is gonna go 160 we need, because this 1 and 2. So 160 is gonna be on board number 6, the top piece right here. It's gonna go into 159, so it's away, and then we're gonna outward the design outward. Let's see, we're gonna rotate it around. So there's 3 holes here, like a slots, 1, 2, 3. So the bottom would not have a slot, so you should have 2 visible at the top and 1 on the bottom right here. And that one's gonna go into trace. Let's see. So the first one's gonna go into the slot. Where is it? 159 is gonna go into this slot right here at the top. Hold on, are we in the right location? $159. This one I didn't get right, so this one has to go in the bottom here. Okay, so this guy one's gonna go into the top hole here, right here at the top. Next 159 is gonna go right here on the bottom towards the opening. So we got 1, 2, hard to decipher. So I'm assuming this guy is gonna go into, can't go into here. 1 into here. No, not that way, it should be sideways. Very hard. All right, 159 is gonna go, let's see, the ones that we can figure out. Here. It's definitely, we need one in this hole. I need to figure out where the other 159 goes. And it's like you cannot see this at all. So we know we got here, got this one, we got this one. There's one into this hole right here. That'd be my assumption. Like this, and this one has to go in here, but probably facing outward, like this. We'll see in a little bit. And then we need 161, 2 parts there on the bottom here. So those gonna go on the ends, these 2 holes, with the dot facing towards the inside and up. 1, and then the other one is on the facing, the one on the bottom facing down. All right. Moving on to the page number 32. Still on the bottom there, we need 163. 2 of them fell out already. Let's see, they are more on board number 6, I'm assuming. 163, we need 3 of them. Oh, 159, one more. Hold on. How many 159s did we install? Getting a little bit confused here. Hopefully we're still recording. Checking. We're all good. All right, so I have a spare 159. Hold on, 163s with the dot facing towards the inside. We're just gonna go on the outermost hole here. 163s with the dot facing towards the other 163. The next hole over, right at the center here. then 159, which I'm gonna figure out right now, and then 162 part, I'm gonna be on board number 6. Oh, I found 159, bottom right. That one's gonna go into the 3rd hole here at the top. And then 162, that's top left here. All right, so this one is not correct. That needs to go, this little bottom piece where I installed it in the wrong location, that needs to go into the hole right here, right at this opening, just like this. And then the other 159 would be here. So 162 is gonna go onto this little tab here, with the other tab facing up the same direction as the other guys, like this. All right, yay, I think we figured it out. So that's J. Now moving on to, that should sit straight right now. Moving on to the page number 33, we need parts number 164 and 165. They're on board number 5. 164 on the left here, and 165 on the right. So those, it's gonna go on to 164 onto this tab. Upside down. Okay, we're gonna go on first. And then 165 with this 2 tabs right on the outside of it. All right, then we need part number 166, 2 of them. They are on board number 5 at the top. There's a bunch of them, we just need 2 for now. And those 2 is gonna go on the back right here. I'm gonna kind of put it sideways a little bit for a second. Clean this off. I'm gonna do the first one that is gonna be a little bit harder in my opinion. So I'm gonna do the bottom and then squeeze the top. And then right next to it is gonna be the other one. Just like this, look it up. Then part number 26, yay, that's on the bottom 5. And that one's gonna go into the hole right here, kind of like same way as the like mirror image of the other one. And I put a little bit of a wax on this on the end, so it goes in a little bit easier. Make sure it's all the way in. Is that correct? Yes. And then we need parts number 166, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them. I see 4 on here. Three, 4, 5 actually. All 5 are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they all gonna go on these ones on 26. And I'm gonna do on the bottom first, and then the top, bottom, top, bottom, top. And I'm missing one. That should be right here. I didn't start from the lowest, so got one more. Bottom and top. All right, and that's our K1. Nice little tower here. Moving on to the page number 34. It feels like I'm going through the pages pretty quick, but it does take some time. We're still recording, which is good. Part 167 on board number 5 at the top here, top left, and that would be the last part on board number 5. So that means we're getting to the end. So this one's gonna go off the front. So these tabs, actually, you know, we're gonna go onto these tabs 2 and 3 of the and the bottom ones too. Let's see. 1 and 2. Make sure they're all sitting in nice perfectly. I'm holding the board on the back there so it doesn't snap off. And then we do the board 168 is first one. That's going to be top left here. So that one's going to go with the sharper piece towards you. It's going to go on the bottom here. So this tab's going to stick out. This one snaps in. Then number 2 is 169. The step number 2, 169 is going to be should be on the same board. Bottom left here. With the sharp piece away, similar fashion. So this one's going to go through completely, and the other one just snaps. You might want to hold it apart there from the back. Then it snaps all the way in on both of those. And then 170 is going to cover it both of those. That's on the right hand side in the middle here. And we're going to go over these tabs with a sharper point away. Just like this, like little rocks covering it up. And that completes K2. Moving on to the page number 35. Turn this way. So now we're with these 2 spears. First part is 171. That's on board number 6, right in the middle here. So that one's going to go over these 2 tabs. Nice and clean. And then 172 on the right in the middle. Sharper piece on the left, I guess. Let's see. Fit it into the hole and lock it in. All right. Just like this. That's our K3. Now let's see, we're gonna turn it around again. We're on this side right now, onto the small courtyard side. Here we need part number 174, right, and 173. Let's see, there's 173s, so we're gonna need 4 of them. So I have 1, set of 3, 2 and 3, and then 1 to the right here, a little bit below the middle. And then we need 1 part 174, and then 174, that's going to be, where's it at? Top left corner right here. There's a spare one right here, right below it. All right, so we're gonna do 174. We're gonna take one of these pieces with the bottommost hole that is closest to the edge. That's gonna be on the bottom. It's gonna go into the first tab. And then the second tab is gonna go into the uppermost, I mean the one over here on the board. And kind of giving us 2 level of tabs And then we're just gonna put the next step on the bottom here, step 2. We're gonna put the other ones in all around, similar fashion. I'm holding the 174 on the bottom there with my finger just to make sure not to snap it. And last piece. Into both tabs. Done. All right, moving on to the page number 36. And that one, we're still on the same side here. First is 175 is gonna go on this tab right here. We're still on the same board. 175 is gonna be on bottom right. No, that's 185. I don't see it. 175 top right corner right here. So that goes on the tab all the way at the edge here. $176, that's the bottom right here, a little bit above 179. And then 176 is gonna go on the 2 tabs here. Actually on the pieces below. All 4, these 2 and this 2. Make sure it sits everywhere nice and flush. Once again, I'm holding the board, the larger number 8, I think, piece, just to make sure we don't snap anywhere else. And let's see, that was on 176, then 178, and 177. Those are, 177 is on the bottom here on board number 7. And it's gonna go in these 2 little tabs, 59s that are sticking out. And then 178 is the bottom right on board number 6 with a tab out on the outside. That's gonna go onto this tab right here at the bottom. Now step number 4, part number 179, all the way at the bottom here. That's gonna go onto these 2 tabs and these 2. One more tab. Tap, tap. Snap it in. Here, and then this tab right here at the corner, these 2 sticking out, and then that's where 180 is going to go into. And 180 is at the, where's 180? Is on board number 7. It's right here. So that one goes right over these tabs, this one doesn't get in completely. Here we go. And that's gonna go right over here. That's 180. We're done with the top level, number 5. That's gonna go on inside here. So we need 182, 181, 182, 183, and 184. All right, so 181 is on board number 7. Then we got 182 on board number 6 on the bottom right here. 183 and 184 right at the top center here, a little to the right of the center. So these all going onto the tabs here. So 182, 181 first on this tab. I don't know if you can see it, hopefully. Let's see, upside down. There's 3 tabs. And then I'm gonna put it sideways, and then 59, lock them in. Then 182, also make sure these little square pieces towards the top. That one's gonna go on the side here. And then 183 with this little, like, looks like a ship, the top portion goes towards the top. And then 184, also that's slanted towards the top, is on the right hand side. I mean, there's only one way you'll be able to fit it in, kind of. All right, next step is 186 and 185. No, where does the 185 goes? Into these 2 holes. 185 bottom right. Still recording, which is great. $185 is gonna go into these 2 holes right here, kind of locking in the courtyard. And I'm gonna apply pressure from the top, make sure it fits into the holes, and then lock it in. And then 186, that one is going to be a little bit to the left of the center line here on the top. That goes also with the rectangular pieces towards the top onto this tab right here on the in the courtyard, or whatever the opening here. And then the bottom tab should go into port number 59 here. Lock it in. Next step, and we're done with page number 36. Moving on to the page number 37. Now we have these tabs are sticking out, so 187 goes onto those. 187 is the top right of board number 6. All right, with the slots opening towards the top, they're gonna go on the bottom tabs of these port, whatever it was, 59. All right, kind of putting it on the back, probably easier to work on the bottom there. And then 188 piece also on the board here at the center, to the left a little bit, is the board number 6. That one's gonna go at the top. So there's 2 tabs here, 2 tabs. Each 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one's on the 59. So it kind of has to go through 4 tabs. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll lock it in all the way in. And then 189 and 190 is gonna go over it. So 189 is right here to the left of the center line in the middle. That's 189. That's gonna go on the right hand side. There's 2 tabs, and we lock both of those in. And then 190 is at the top right here. That's gonna go on the left hand side of the opening. Just like 189, 190. I don't know if you can see it or not. Right here and here. All right. Then we go into the step number 10. We need 191. 191, 2 of them. They are on board number 6. There's one at the top and one on the bottom. Wiggle those out. Not as easy as it looks like, because it's all wiggly connections here. Here we go, 191, and then the other one. Break those off. Extra pieces, here we go. All right, so the first one's gonna go from the bottom. There's 2 holes, so one is on that side, one is on the inner side, like this. Slide it in. And it's symmetrical. Theoretically, it should go all the way in. We need to kind of like slide it into the slot here and rotate it around to get it into the hole. Is it? Nope. There's a shorter and longer piece. Okay, they're all the same. Shorter pieces on the left, shorter distance here between the tab and the I need my helping tool here. There we go. And then the same thing on the other one. You need to kind of squeeze it in on the right hand side in between the little parts there. Straightening it out. And then on the left and on the right. On this side. And then making it a bridge. So all of that is inserted, and that's a key. Number 38, page number 38. We need step number 1 at the top. We need part number 192 and 193. So 193 are we'll need it on board number 5. And then 192 on board number, 6, and 192 is on board number 7. And that's a one right at the center here. So enter, snap 192 with a sharp piece towards the top into 193. That's our I1, and we need 2 of them. So another 192 is here. Bottom left, there's plenty of 192s on here. So, and we need 193 board number 6. Bottom left, same thing. So we got 192s. Step number 1 on the right top, 192 and 194. Let's do 2 of we need 6 of those. 192, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we need 194s, 6 pieces, top left corner here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Same thing. Put those on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Put those aside. And then we need step number 1 on the bottom left is part number 195. That one is right to the right of the center. We need 2 of them, and to the left a little bit below. And we need 196. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's gonna go on the right and left hand side with the rectangular pieces towards the bottom. And the second one. And then we need step 1 on the right hand side on the bottom is part number 197, 2 of them, they're on the left hand side, both of those. And then 196, once again, we're gonna need to make 2 of those, so we need all 4. And we do, once again, rectangular pieces towards the bottom. We do 1 on the left, 1 on the right, with the design facing outward. And that's it. Moving on to the page number 39. And these guys gonna go I1. Let's see, that's these 2, the first wood that we made. They're gonna go into where did they go? Where did they go? Where did they go? Two pieces. They're gonna go onto innermost holes right here, top. So inner right here, and then inner. This one's off a little bit. Inner right here with the window facing outward. Then we need the 6 pieces that we made. They go into the other 3 holes, 3 and 3. Oops. So 1, 2, and 3. So this one's not inserted completely. And then you won't be able to insert this piece then, if it's not. And then the same thing on the other one. 1, 2, 3. And you can straighten them out a little bit after you put them on, kind of to make a nice cone here and here. And then let's see, number I3, that's the smaller one, is gonna go right in between into the center, horizontal or vertical, sorry. So separate these a little bit, go in, sure it snaps into the center hole. And then the same thing on the other side. Take both vertical this way in y-axis. And then I4 is going to go horizontal into the same slot. Gonna move these aside a little bit to squeeze it in. Line it up and push it all the way in until it kind of clicks, snaps. And same thing on the other one. There we go. All right, these two complete. We're done with page number 39. Page number 40, we need one part number 198. Let's see, that one is on board number 7, a little bit to the left there. And then two parts 199. 199 are at the top of board number 6. There's 4 of them, so 1, 2 for now. These we snap 199 into these ends here at the top of part number 198 with the windows facing outward, obviously. And then that's gonna go into here, into 2 horizontal holes. Line those up. May use the little tool to help it out slightly. To get that sit it right in. And then 200, same thing. I'm gonna do 200 first. And then 2 parts number 199, and that's we're going to be done with board number 6, 1 and 2. Windows outward, top 2 tabs, and that's going to go perpendicular into the one that we just inserted. And there's 2 holes, line them up. You guys can still see, that's good. And then use the helping tool to get those in. All the way. Go. And then we do 201 and 202. Both of those are on board number 7. 201 and then 202. Let's do these 2 together first. Slide them in and make sure they click once you insert it all the way. And then these, there's 2 diagonal holes that are left, so we're gonna open these guys up a little bit. Slide it in. Come on, you can do it. And then lock it into this little, fill the holes and kind of get those into the, and I can't really see where they at, so we need to feel them. Open them up, make sure they're there. And one hole was blocked with something, not sure what it was. And come on, here we go. Just like this, should fit in and lock in. There we go. And that's done with L. Now we're gonna put it on the side a little bit. Let's see. Now we're on to page number 41. And page number 41, step 1 at the top left corner. Need to assemble the dragon, all on board number 7. So we need part number 203. It's right here to the right. Part number 207, bottom right. They all on the bottom right. (207), 204, 205. That's the larger piece with the dragon. And 206, a wing, and then 115, 1. Alrighty. Now we need to wax these little gears here. 1, 2, 3. And 2 gears here on the 104. Now let's see. 103 is gonna go through this hole on the 104. Then 205, that's a round hole, so we want to put probably a little bit of wax on a little outside of this. So it's going to go through the hole of 205 and then lock with 206 facing up. Should rotate. And then 115 is going to go through this little hole here, horizontal, and lock onto 207. And then these, let's see what would be the best way to interact with those. All right. What if we do this way? Nope. That's the, I didn't think I'm gonna have the most trouble with the little dragon here. All right, let's see. That one's gonna go up. This one is gonna go through horizontal. Oops, hold it in. That one's gonna lock it in. to lock it in completely. And that's the way the wings work. All right, and then we do 208. And that's the option of version 1. We can just put him on a stand and somewhere on the side. That's one option. And then the second option, version 2, is we're gonna put it on the L. There's 2 holes openings here. We can do it on the roof. So, and then that's the way it's gonna look. And that completes our assembly. I'm gonna put it on the side here of the Hogwarts Castle. So nice little model. Pretty cool function about it is that, well, this guy moves. That's all shown on page number 42. So 2 versions of that, and then the other portion, the little stairs that are on here, they also have a little bit of a mechanical motion too. So not much mechanics, but it's still pretty cool, nice piece. Another one, it's a bookshelf piece. So because you have everything's flat on the back, you can put it against the bookshelf, against the back of the bookshelf, and then books around it. Especially if you have Harry Potter collection, it'll look pretty cool. And then you can include some other models that I just did the assembly of the Snitch that you've seen the wings of a little bit earlier. So that's nice display piece. If you have any questions, leave a comment or send us email, info@ugears.us. If you need any part replacements, as I mentioned before, info@ugears.us or customer service at ugearsmodels.com. Don't forget to visit our websites, ugears.us, and the second one is ukidstoys.com. Ukidz Toys have a lot of different other toys outside of UGears, and UGears also. And then once again, any questions, leave the comment below, send us email. It was nice having you guys as an audience again. Until next time, be doing some other nice assembly, and we'll see you soon. Have a good day.